Hello musicians, we've got a nice 3-chord song, well 4 if you count C7 as an extra chord, in the key of C, Cotton Fields, Creedence Clearwater Classic. So 1-4-5 meaning first chord of the key, so hopefully this is starting to sound not too unfamiliar to you now when I say key and then you say the letter. That's the main pitch of the song, and then the other chords that go along with it. 1-4-5 is a very common putting of chords together, those intervals, so C being 1 because we know it's the key of C, and then we're going up 4 steps. C, you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be F, and you hear that interval or step, and then we're going back to the C, and then the 5, after F comes G, that's 5, and we're doing the 7th in there in that G. All right, so let's do our check-in. We've got this gripped here, left hand position, not too far out, not down, a little bit at a 45. So if you can't see because it looks like there's just one string, just tip it up from the bottom until you get used to where you're going to be able to see that visually in a more effective way for you. So we are in tune, G up top if you've got the standard tuning of the high G on it, C, E, and A. So that's all right, so let's La, C, and let's do the 2nd fret as a D. La. Now you could go up all these steps and do the C major scale up the 1 string because these are half musical steps. So this is C, this would be C sharp, this is D, D sharp or E flat, and then E. But we typically use the open strings and move down to do the scale. So C, 2nd fret D, then we use the open E, 1st fret F, 3rd fret G, and then A, and B, and C. So most people don't think they would know that, but you would know it if it wasn't played in the major step. So if I went C, and then I did C sharp, you would hear that that's not what you're used to hearing. So Sound of Music, Shirley, the lady that sang Sound of Music Do Re Mi, Julie Andrews, she was singing and teaching the children the solfege, which is the steps of the major scale, right? Doesn't matter where do is always going to be the step. So if you started on G or A, it would always be that same pattern of a major scale. All right, so if you don't understand that, just carry on and play your C chord. So the song chart is in the description box link. Very simple. When C note, when we're singing a G, when, which is part of the C chord. Simple down strum, loose wrist, check in, nice and relaxed. When I was a little bitty baby, my mama would rock me in my cradle, and then old cotton fields back home. It was down in Louisiana, just about a mile from Texarkana, in those old cotton fields back home. Oh, when those cotton balls get rotten, you can't pick very much cotton in those old cotton fields back home. Down in Louisiana, just about a mile from Texarkana, in those old cotton fields back home. And then it says repeat from beginning. That's probably how they're doing it in the Creedence. I'm not sure what key they're doing it in the Creedence, but you could transpose it now that you understand about that. So when we're gonna, let's just do the chords. So you've got 1, 2, 4, 4 times. C, G7. When I was a little bitty baby, my mama would rock me in my cradle, in those old cotton fields back home. to the 5, and then C is a whole note. So at tempo, I don't know how, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that would be a down arrow for beat 1, and then beats 2 would be down, up, 3, down, up, 4, down, up. So still 4/4 time. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes I miss. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can just stay on a C. And when you're doing C7, that's the note you're changing. So you really want to make sure that you try and hit that A to hear that pitch change. And then when you're going from C7, remember, we try not to hop. We try and put this one on and then move the other one. Right? So at tempo. When I was a little bitty baby mama, rocked me in the cradle. Oh, cotton feels like home. It was in Louisiana, just about a mile from Texarkana. Oh, cotton feels like home. Oh, when those. So this might be a good one to memorize for campfire playing, right? So stay on and then just try and think of the words. When I was a little bitty baby, my mama would rock me. And you can hear when I go rock me, and I'm still playing the C chord because the melody notes are changing. So you can hear that it doesn't sound right. So then you go, okay, that doesn't, and that's your ear train. Rock me. So you can try F and look how that works. Rock me in the cradle. And you hear where you keep going on that, you know, in those old cotton fields back home, home. So you might not know when to change, but your ear, if you develop it, you'll start to hear when the notes when they're discordant, and that will tell you, and especially when you know that it's a 1-4-5 and you've already used one of the chords, you know you've only got the other ones to choose from, so you can try both of them, and that's a really good way. And then in terms of lyrics, I will just put a song down and I'll just keep singing the melody over and over and going back to check the paper occasionally when I'm doing other things to see where I might get stuck, and then I just keep doing it over and over in repetition like that, and then you'll get the lyrics and you can learn the chords and put it all together. And yeah, so it's like all these little things, and you just keep working and eventually it comes all together for you. All right, so this is Cotton Fields, great song 1-4-5. Thank you, Credence. You might want to look up the beats per minute and set your metronome, because I think he's rocking it, or the band is rocking it there. All right, so I hope you found that helpful. Keep on playing, enjoying your musicality, and I will see you on our next video. Have a great day. Bye.